Welcome back to the channel. Tickled to death you showed back up. This video is going to be a little jumbled, misguided, and several different directions. What we're trying to do is make as much progress in as many places as we can while we're waiting on parts and while we're waiting on weather. So one of the things we're going to do today is take this vent ductwork from this to this, and I'm going to show you how we get there. Welcome to this episode of In the Garage. Show you the best way that I have found to get undercoating off. Now, this method is not don't use it everywhere. On the inner quarter panels or something like that, where you've got your outer skin, don't do it there. It may get a little too hot and wrinkle up your metal. This is the best way I found. Works pretty good. Uh-oh, hold on just a second. Got to bend that in a little bit. All right, now let's try it again. Hold on a minute. Cut. I think my little striker there got bent. So we'll see if it works now. Did it? Maybe too close. There we go. All right. Now you ain't looking to set this stuff on fire because it will burn. You really just want to get the metal hot up under it. And this stuff will peel right off. Let's see what we got here. Just like that. This back here is already cooled off. Let's do it again. Now what you want to do is just breathe all that in. It's really good for you. See how that just peels off? By far the best way I found. There's several ways to get it off. Wire wheel. But don't tell nobody. But that, mainly that, really hot. Yes. All right. That'll work. I think all the rest of it is already gone. All right, cool. Got this thing wire brushed and blowed off. You can see right there in the middle of the screen we got a little rust hole, and we're gonna fix this on the cheap. I've got some epoxy putty. I'll throw up a picture right here. You can go get you some and try this out yourself. But what we're going to do is we're going to spread this inside that hole, just like so. Now I have found wax and grease remover, and that's what I usually use to spread this stuff out to keep it from sticking to my fingers so bad. That way I can get it in place. And then after we get it in place, then we'll smooth out the top side. This stuff works really good. It cures up real hard, and it's actually machinable. You can thread it. But in a situation like this, where this is never going to be seen, I still want to fix the hole. Just like so. And we'll let that set up. And we'll call that done. All right. So I'm gonna try something new, something I've never tried before. I don't know. We'll see how it works. I'll try anything once. See if we can encapsulate this rust. Don't have the best smell in the world. But as long as it works, I don't care. I don't care is what I'm trying to tell you. As long as it works. All right, so there we go. We got that done, looking really good. We also got some more of our vent pieces done. These are in like semi-gloss. And the reason I choose semi-gloss on a lot of stuff like this is, my opinion, gloss paint on stuff like that makes them, to me anyway, makes them look cheap. And just seems to me that for whatever reason, when I look under the hood and stuff like that is done in like a semi-gloss, it looks more professional and just looks more finished. Sometimes semi-gloss makes things look like, you know, you just sort of rush through them and wanted to hurry and put a, you know, shine or something on them. Anyway, so a while back, this is a headlight bucket. A while back, I sandblasted these in the cabinet, and they turn out all right. But this one is getting ready to go in. Now, one thing I wanted to mention real quick is a lot of us think of sandblasters as the remover of all things, and for the most part they are. Like when you're outside sandblasting or whatever, there's just a whole lot of stuff you don't have to worry about. But when you're in a cabinet, there are a lot of things you got to worry about. So you have to get all the big chunks of stuff off. There's some prep work you have to do if you're going to sandblast in a cabinet, because this stuff, when you sandblast it, does not come off in powder form. It comes off in chunks. And just a matter of minutes, those chunks will cause you all kinds of grief, because they're going to get in the bottom of your cabinet and get stuck in the draw hose inside your cabinet and turn a good day into a bad day. So we got this took care of. We're fixing to throw this in the cabinet and turn the wind machine on and see if we can get her all cleaned up. Bring you back in a minute. All right, got these things sandblasted and sitting in front of the heater, getting a little heat in them. And what we're going to do, we're going to come in and replace all the springs, headlight adjustment screws, clips, and everything else. Make these things like brand spanking new. And by rebuild, see, rebuilt. Lost receipt though. It's weird. All right. Now we got to get the rest of our panels over there, over here, ready for sandblasting. Yeah, I said it. If you hear through your ear holes what's coming out of my flamethrower, is we may be going to the sandblaster. I'm trying to manage all the expectations and keep, you know, the hoop low to jump over. So it may or may not make it in this video, but we do have to remove a few things. Horns, these panels right here, these panels right here, and of course the same on the other side, because these things can fit in my cabinet blaster, while the rest of it must go up to Mr. Gene on the hill. So just maybe got a little something in the works. Don't know if it's going to pan out, but we'll see. All right, fellers and fellettes. So I took one of these radiator core support filler panels off, and guys, I think this part on the passenger side is just too far gone, I believe. There's not really anything I think that I would be able to do with that. Not a metal worker. I believe I'll just go on the hunt for a replacement. The driver's side is in great shape, so that is completely reusable. This one sucks, but it is too far gone for me anyway. There are metal workers out there that absolutely could fix that. I just happen to not be one of them. All right, what you have before your very eyes is a part they call the lower radiator cooling shield, which, I don't know, doesn't make sense to me. I wouldn't think you'd want your cooling shielded, but hey, that's why I do what I do and they do what they do. But this is a great looking piece. I mean, just the fact that this thing survived is a testament to the short 16-year lifespan that this thing was on the road. We do have some rust on the drinker side of the car. Typical. Got a hole here. So battery side, battery side, battery side, battery side. This is typical, but it is nowhere near as bad as I've seen. Like I said, just the fact that this thing survived is a miracle. There is way too much good here to replace because of that. I'm gonna do some head scratching, see if I can figure out how to fix that. But right now, I'm gonna get the remainder of this undercoating off this panel, because I don't want the sandblaster pounding this panel too much with the sandblaster to get that stuff off. It did survive, but you know, it's got some thin metal, especially down in here and over here. It's pretty thin. See, there's a little hole right there. So we're gonna do what we can do to fix this. But
surprise,
that's that.
surprise.
Finally, we got weather and we got a schedule. I'm gonna get this thing sandblasted.
That on that YouTube thing. Here's where you get your blasted.
yours when I'm done with them.
Gloves are at. There you go.
right, guys. There she is. Man, he done a fantastic job. Luckily, it fits in the garage. At some point, this little jewel right here is gonna have to park it outside. But for now, get it in out of any type of potential weather, because I'm not gonna be able to prime it today. So, but man, it turned out absolutely great. With any luck, I'll be able to use this power steering cylinder. Got a acquaintance of mine that makes all kinds of types of hoses and stuff, so that shouldn't be a problem. Man, he did a great job. It looks just as good underneath. We do have rust holes, which I knew about. We're gonna have to fix. Some of them are worse than what I actually thought. Like that right there, that whole bottom cap is gonna have to be replaced. And then, maybe, yeah, right there. You can see that hole, or you can see the crap falling out of that hole. That's nowhere near as bad as I thought it was gonna be. So we're gonna come in and we'll be able to tack all of this stuff up. And then we'll cut this part out and make us a plate, weld that in. But I am tickled to death. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit your bell notification, that way you'll be notified every time I release new content. Like the video, share the video. If I didn't already, leave a comment. Man, y'all have been leaving some really cool comments, and I greatly appreciate it. It's so much fun interacting with you guys. Subscribe if you haven't. May have already mentioned that. All that stuff that you already know about. Now, let the work begin. Y'all go do some work.